I'm here with Alexander Mercouris, editor-in-chief of the Duran. Alexander, let's talk about Nigel Farage, the Brexit Party, and the overtures that they made to the Conservatives, the Tories, Boris Johnson, by pulling out 317 candidates so as to clear the way for the Conservatives to secure those seats. And the hope, I guess the thinking was that the Conservatives would also reach out and kind of meet Farage halfway, so to speak, and allow the Brexit Party to go head to head with Labour in areas that the Brexit Party has a really good shot of winning those seats. But Alexander, it looks like that the Conservatives do not want anything to do with the Brexit Party. So take us into what's going on here.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, we did a discussion in a recent video, which I think is now published, in fact, directly after Nigel Farage made this announcement. He'd come under a lot of criticism from a lot of people because he was running candidates in the election in every constituency, and he was being criticised for splitting the Leave vote. So he reached out to the Conservatives. He went halfway. He pulled out, as you rightly said, 317 candidates who were standing against sitting Conservative MPs. And he said that he would, from that moment on, focus on fighting Labour. And as I've discussed many times, the granular polling in these seats in northern England and in the Midlands of England strongly suggest that in these areas there is very, very strong resistance amongst voters there in these Labour heartland seats to voting for the Conservative Party, which is considered a Southern English, upper middle class, bourgeois, if you like, party. But that they would be prepared to look at voting for the Brexit Party, which is a new party, a more populist party, a party that obviously supports Brexit. It's all about Brexit. And the people in these constituencies, of course, voted for Brexit. So it made, to my mind, complete sense for the Conservatives to pull back from these seats, or at least some of these seats, in order to give the Brexit Party a clear run. And if that had happened, you might have got a situation where the Conservatives would have held on to the 300 or so seats they already have, and the Brexit Party might have won, say, 30 or 40, perhaps more, ex-Labour seats, perhaps less, but anyway, a couple. And of course, the Conservatives might have won a couple of seats elsewhere. And you could see out of that the emergence of a Leave majority in the House of Commons. But I also said that I didn't think the Conservatives would do that. And, well, as it's turned out, not only have they not done that, but they've gone a whole step further. They're now asking, in fact, they're demanding that Nigel Farage, who's now pulled Brexit Party candidates from standing in Conservative held seats, they want him to pull Brexit Party candidates from standing in Labour seats also. The argument being that he should let the Conservatives in these seats have a clear run, even though, as I said, the granular polling suggests that the Brexit Party would probably have a better chance than the Conservatives to win in those seats. So I'm going to say what I think now very straightforwardly. I think the Conservative Party is making a huge mistake. I think that they will come across to many people who are sympathetic to the Brexit Party as a blackmailer, which when its demand is met, simply makes more demands. And I'm going to say something else, which is for people who are really focused on Leave and who really want to see Brexit done, many of them are now going to start asking the question, is the Conservative Party really serious about Brexit, or is its actual agenda not so much Brexit as destroying the Brexit Party and Nigel Farage?
Okay, I think we know the answer to that question, Alexander. I'll take it a step further. I would say the Conservatives have now exposed themselves. They obviously do not want a true Brexit. That's clear, crystal clear now. We've all kind of danced around that reality, but now I think it's very clear. They don't want a true Brexit, and they want to destroy the Brexit Party, so they want both of those things to happen.
No.
And Alexander, my question to you is, has this decision been confirmed 100%? And is it a decision that comes from Boris Johnson directly?
Yes, I understand that it has, and that it both is confirmed and has come from Boris Johnson directly. Boris Johnson apparently has made it absolutely clear to Nigel Farage, not directly because it seems that the two haven't actually spoken, but he's made it very clear to the Brexit Party through intermediaries that the Conservatives are going to run candidates in every single constituency, including the ones where the Brexit Party conceivably has the better chance to win. So it's clearly the Conservative policy. They were very, very spooked by the fact that the Brexit Party swept the board in the European Parliament elections. They were completely spooked out by that. And it's, I think, perfectly obvious that they see in the Brexit Party an existential threat. And they want Nigel Farage, under the slogan of achieving Brexit, to accept a Brexit which he's not happy with, to commit political suicide, and to fold up his party. Because to be absolutely clear about this, what I am hearing is that already many candidates many of the 317 candidates that Nigel Farage has ordered to stand down from campaigning against Conservative MPs in the election are furious. If Nigel Farage goes a step further and were to do what the Conservatives ask, which I think is inconceivable, it would be seen by his own party, by the people in his own party, the people who have joined him to form the Brexit Party over the last few months, as an extraordinary betrayal of their cause, because he would be saying to them, I don't like this Brexit. I don't think it's any kind of Brexit. As far as I'm concerned, it's Brexit in name only, yet I want you to disappear from politics, to stop campaigning, to self-destruct, so that the Conservatives can win a majority and carry out this Brexit in no name only. If Nigel Farage is mad enough to do that, which I don't for a moment believe that he is, as I said, he's finished politically once and forever. Now, the Conservatives demanding that of him, as you rightly say, they've dropped the mask. I mean, it's quite clear that for them, the priority is not so much Brexit in any form. It is annihilating Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party.
Power. It's power above country, above everything else. I mean, the Conservatives want power, and they'll do whatever they need to do to retain that power.
I mean, many people have been suspicious about Boris Johnson specifically. I mean, famously, he did it about whether to support Remain or Leave in the 2016 referendum. He wrote position papers arguing for each side, and then came to the conclusion that he would support Leave. Perhaps the fact that his biggest enemy and greatest rival, David Cameron, who was the leader of the Conservative Party, and David Cameron's ally, George Osborne, who also dislikes Johnson, was supporting Remain. Maybe that was actually what persuaded him to do that. But anyway, many people have had doubts about Boris Johnson. I've tended up to now to give him the benefit of the doubt on this issue. Is any question about it now? I mean, I accept that it would be very difficult indeed for Boris Johnson to ask Conservative candidates to stand down in Labour seats. That, as I said in our previous video, he would have faced a rebellion had he done that within the Conservative Party. But to go a whole step further, as he appears to have done, and to have said that he wants the Brexit Party and Nigel Farage to stand down in those seats, that is extraordinary. And it does cast a massive question mark over the reality, over the true nature of his intentions.
Can Farage take those 317 people and, for lack of a better word, reactivate them, get them to run for those seats again? Just tell them, you know what, all bets are off now?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, why doesn't he just do that? Just do it.
I gather he's coming under some pressure to do it. I mean, he might do it. I'm not going to try to read his mind. There are criticisms, as I said, coming from within the Brexit Party, which say that he's been outmaneuvered by the Conservatives. Many Brexit Party candidates who'd worked very hard to build up support in Conservative seats and who were looking to stand against Conservative MPs are said to be very angry. So, it may be that having been treated in this way, he will change course. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. But, it's possible. I'm not making any predictions.
Yeah, he should do it. He should absolutely do it. And you know what? Well, at this point in time, Alexander, I see this as just all out.
Yeah,
all out. I mean, you can let the chips fall where they may. Let the people decide.
Well, indeed. I mean, the point is this: if Corbyn becomes Prime Minister, I personally think Corbyn will go ahead and do a deal with the European Union, which he will call Brexit. Keep Britain within the customs union. I mean, it would certainly be a Brexit which Nigel Farage would be able to call a Brexit in name only. That would leave Nigel Farage and his Brexit Party intact, and they could campaign solidly against that. If they do what the Conservative Party is now asking them to do, as I said, they will self-destruct completely. And as we know, as we've discussed many times, even if you accept, as I do, that Boris Johnson's deal is a big step further, a big improvement on Theresa May's awful deal, there could very easily be a regression in the negotiations. And if Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party are not there to fight that, most likely that is exactly what would happen.
That was exactly the plan. I mean, the masks are completely off now, Alexander. Yeah. Farage outplayed the Conservatives, I think. He outplayed them. Now we know exactly what the Conservatives were going to do.
Well, yeah.
They were going to go into this next year to two of negotiations, and they were going to sell out the Leave voters.
Yes.
That's what they were going to do. It's obvious now because they don't want Farage sitting at the table because he's going to keep them in check.
Exactly. That's the point. I mean, that's what it is all about. As I said, the agenda is clearly asking Nigel Farage to commit political suicide and to obliterate the Brexit Party, leaving the Conservative Party where it was. That, it seems to me, is what the agenda clearly is. That's what it looks like. And I suspect that there are some people within the Conservative Party who are still, genuine and sincere in wanting Brexit. But it doesn't seem to me that that's what the leadership wants.
Yeah, so I mean, if Labour manages to keep its momentum, and let's say it does manage to squeak out a win. Let's just say it does manage to do it. Or even if it doesn't win and it just has a strong showing, at least Farage politically can position his party as a party that's true to its ideals, true to its mandate, and a true opposition to Corbyn, a real opposition, not a fake opposition that the Conservatives are showing to be. I mean, that's politically, Farage actually does have a couple of hands to play here now.
Oh, absolutely. Of course he does. I mean, that's exactly the point. As I said, ultimately, if your priority is Brexit, you should say you should support what Farage is doing. In fact, you should press him to do what you said, reverse his previous decision that he made yesterday, and say that, if the Conservatives are going to play this kind of game and they're going to insist on standing candidates in Labour seats and want us to stand down. Well, clearly at that point, there can be no basis of any kind of cooperation between us and the Conservative Party. Their agenda clearly is to destroy us so as to stop Brexit in any meaningful sense. And therefore, we will continue, as we always have, as the party that wants Brexit done, that stands for what was achieved in the 2016 referendum. And as I said, that is, to my mind, a coherent position.
Absolutely, absolutely agree. Alexander Mercouris, editor-in-chief of the Duran. Thank you very much, guys. If you like this video, click on the subscribe button down below. Click on that notifications bell to make sure you get notifications every time we publish a new video. And check us out in audio format on iTunes and on Soundcloud. Please donate to us on PayPal, Patreon, and Subscribestar. Your donation really helps out this channel. You'll find all the links in the description box down below for everything. And Alexander, everyone should go to BitChute and check out all our videos there. Go to duranvideo.com, which is our own platform. Still under development, but coming along really nicely. Works great. Check us out there as well. These are places where we can speak freely. We don't have to worry about any type of censorship. And you can also check us out, Alexander, on Telegram and the Duran shop. A few words, Alexander.
Indeed, on the Duran shop, you can come to the Duran shop. As you can see, I'm drinking tea now from my wife's favourite Duran magic mug, 15 ounces porcelain, and beautiful mug with the emblem of the Russian of Moscow, with St. George and the dragon there slaying. St. George slaying the dragon of untruth and fake news, which is what we seek to do on the Duran. And you have these amazing mugs, you have these tremendous shirts, 100% cotton. They all look beautiful on me and on all our viewers, I'm sure. They fit marvelously. As you can see, I'm wearing a polo shirt today. It's got the Duran double-headed eagle, which is, as you can see, different from the Moscow one, and different, by the way, from the one of the Russian Federation, which is there. And the Duran eagle is on all our shirts, and we've got polo shirts like this one. We've got short sleeve T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, V-neck shirts, all 100% cotton, all beautifully stitched and put together, all really great, wonderful shirts like our mugs are. Wonderful mugs, and you can also find hats, hoodies, stickers. Alex has been refreshing our product line in our shop, so help yourself to these great things in our shop. Help the Duran by buying them, help yourself by owning them. Alex will tell you how to.
Just go to the duranshop.com. You'll find the link in the description box down below, and I am also preparing a lot of good coupons and updates, which I will put on Telegram to our subscribers on Telegram for items and merchandise on the Duran shop. Alexander Mercouris, editor-in-chief of the Duran. Thank you very much. Until next time, everybody, take care.